Ironworking allowed blade weapons to become powerful tools of war, as well as objects of lethal beauty. The earliest metal weapons were made of bronze, a metal that combined copper and tin. Bronze was used in ancient societies from the Mediterranean Sea to China. Bronze is a relatively brittle metal, so bronze weapons had to be rather short and thick. Iron came into use later, after 1000 BC, and it took craftsmen much longer to master it. The earliest iron weapons were sometimes made of meteoric iron, which remained a high-status material in some cultures, as with these more recent Indonesian blades. As late as the Roman Empire, iron weapons were still kept short to keep them from breaking. The sword truly came into its own during the Middle Ages, as blade makers learned how to make long blades that could stand up to the punishment of battle. Most swords were actually made of steel, which is iron with a small amount of carbon in it. Ironworking involved heating the metal in a charcoal fire, and since charcoal is almost pure carbon, steel has been around for as long as iron. But the process of turning iron into steel is difficult to master. As late as the early 1800s, American sword makers had to rely on imported steel. As with this Spanish blade fitted with a locally made American hilt. Meanwhile, in India, skilled metalworkers had already mastered the art of making high-carbon crucible steel. Crucible steel can make exceptionally sharp blades. It was highly valued in Europe, where it was known as Damascus steel, based on the trade routes by which it was imported. The slightly shimmering look of this blade tells us that it is made of crucible steel. Although smiths have been making blade weapons for thousands of years, the science of metals is only a couple of centuries old. Much of the metalworker's craft was seen as almost magical, and the secrets of how to make blade weapons were jealously guarded from generation to generation. Wherever blade weapons were in use, they were seen as objects of beauty, status, ritual, and even magic, as well as weapons of war.